I'm 14 years old, I'm sitting in my English class, and at the front of the room on the screen, there's a video playing. It's not analysing a book that we're working on, it's not teaching us writing techniques, it's not even a documentary, it's a Fortnite video. And up to this point, I thought that I was the only person that knew that I had a channel. But clearly someone found out and got the teacher to play my video in front of the whole class. So here I was sitting in my chair while there's a Fortnite video playing in front of me. 30 guys in the classroom, half of them are looking at the screen, half of them are looking at me and laughing. I still remember that cringy non-copyright music that I used. It's like engraved into my head now. It was probably the longest 4 minutes and 6 seconds of my life. It felt like public humiliation. Now the bell's ringing, class has just ended, and I'm so embarrassed that I can't even think straight. While I'm walking out the room, I'm about to do something that I promised myself I wouldn't do. I lock myself in the toilet cubicle, I take out my phone, and I type in 7 letters. The 7 letters led me to a website that my school probably wouldn't appreciate me being on while in school. I'm on YouTube, and I'm about to delete my channel. My finger's hovering over the delete channel button. I click it and then it's asking me to confirm. But before I'm able to click it, I get this strange feeling. Time kind of slowed down around me. My head's going back to last night when I was editing that video. I'm thinking about the hours I spent sitting on my uncomfortable chair working on this video. I'm thinking about the hundreds of mistakes that I made throughout and all the effort that I put in to fix each and every one of them. I'm remembering when I clicked that upload button and how proud I was when I finally got to share what I had just created. It's at this moment I'm realizing I've put in way too much effort for this to go to waste. At the end of the day, whether this classroom or the entire world is laughing at what I'm doing, I was proud of it. Until this day, I'm so proud of that younger version of me for keeping that video up. Because everything I have today, the clients that I work with, the business I have, the money I make, even what you're seeing here, you wouldn't have seen any of it if 14-year-old me gave in to what everyone else said and ended up deleting my channel. What this whole experience taught me was that when I'm doing something new, there's gonna be a kid laughing and saying that it's cringe. There's gonna be someone telling me that I'm never gonna make it. There's gonna be someone else sharing it around and taking a piss out of what I do. But at the end of the day, if whatever I'm doing does well, I'm gonna be able to say that I've succeeded at something that most people didn't even have the balls to try. And in the same way, you probably have those type of people in your life as well. People in your school, your friends, your family, everyone telling you that you're never going to make it in editing, that you're wasting away your life, that it's kind of cringe what you're doing. When I told my family about my editing goals, they laughed at me. I was 16 at the time and I told them that my goal was to hit $5,000 by the time I'm 18. Not 5,000 a month, 5,000 a year, 5,000 from the time I'm 16 to the end of 18. Over like 3 years, I should make $5,000. They laughed at me and told me that I shouldn't even try. I hit my first $13,000 month at 17 years old. Forget about 5k by the time I'm 18, I've had 5k weeks. And I don't want this to be some weird bragging thing, this weird ego. Like, that was a good week, don't get me wrong. There were good weeks, there were good months. It was hard as hell. I put in a lot of hours that month. I was doing it while I was in school as well. But for $13,000 at 17 years old, I would say that's a decent accomplishment. And while I know there's gonna be one kid that says, oh, you're just bragging, like, this guy's an arsehole, he's just like sharing his wins and shit. But I hope you're one of the people that sees it more as inspiration. Because when I was sitting in that classroom with everyone laughing at me, try to tell him that he's gonna be where he is today, he wouldn't even believe you. I didn't even know what was possible. I had to spend 3 years figuring out the potential I had, and I'm still growing as well. And I hope by you seeing what I'm doing here, when I share my stories, when I share my authentic events and what happened in my life, you have like this hope, this belief in yourself that you can do it too. Because I'm not special, I'm literally like some random brown boy. I'm still working from my parents' house. What you have in front of you is the opportunity to do the exact same thing. Alex Hormozi has this quote. He's like this entrepreneur. He's doing like $200 million a year. He was explaining on a podcast that when you do have people that are looking down on what you're doing, when they're saying that it's cringe, when they're saying that it's not going to lead anywhere, the only thing that you can do is win so big that they constantly compare themselves to you. and then you'll forget that they even exist. Success is the only revenge, the best revenge. When you listen to these people that you might not even respect, there's no reason for you to listen to them, you'll end up going down with them. And a lot of the time what you'll find is they won't even have the balls to tell you that you're going to fail at this. They won't even say it outright. They're too much of a bitch to say that. They'll make these sly comments and try to take the piss out of you. If you do give in to what they say, you're going to turn what they're saying into a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like 2 years ago, I was in this Discord server. Some of you might know it. It's Finzar's public server. And there was this one kid in there. His name was Mamoon, and I genuinely fucking hated this kid. And in these sorts of like editing chats, these Discord servers, what you'll find is there's a lot of people asking, oh, here's my video, here's my portfolio, what do you guys think I should charge? And while I do think it's a stupid question because like there's no objective price for each person's work, like this is a whole topic on its own, but your prices, it is completely based on like perceived value, not objectively how you edit. But there were people asking in the server, okay, what do you think I should charge? And this M kid, he would tell all of them that they weren't worth anything more than 100, 150. And what's interesting is he didn't say it. They can only charge a certain amount because their work wasn't good enough. What he told them is that no creator would ever pay that much. Like he would say that, oh, I've been working with 100+ creators, I've been editing for like 8 years, and I know that these guys would not ever pay more than 150 per video. And it's like he's going around in this public server telling these young ambitious editors that they're not going to be able to charge a certain amount. So I usually don't get involved, but for me to see that there's young editors that were like me, and there's someone trying to tell them and implant shitty, negative, limiting beliefs into them, I personally DM'd the guy that was asking how much he should charge. I told him that you could charge even for the work that you have now. I can imagine a creator paying you 300, 400, 500, 600 per video. Don't listen to this absolute retard that has no idea what he's talking about. If you want to get ahead of 99% of editors, you need to stop doing what 99% of editors do. Because most editors that you see, they haven't even got a single client. Or maybe they've worked with some random streamer and they're doing like the basic subtitles that just come in and out, and they'll be the ones that tell you that you can't make a lot. And I don't blame them. I think sometimes these unsuccessful editors that are trying to give advice, I think they're doing it from like a good place. They're trying to help you and like warn you in some sense. But the problem is they're teaching you something that they haven't even managed to do themselves. It's like you trying to learn algebra and you go to a 6-year-old for it. When you show a 6-year-old an algebra question that you're struggling on, he's gonna tell you that it's not possible. He's gonna tell you that it's too hard to even try. But does that mean you at your big age isn't able to do these math questions? Sure, that's not to say that this 6-year-old's opinion is useless. There are certain things from his perspective that we could learn from. He could show us this new mobile game that he's found on his mom's phone that he wants to share with us. But when it comes to things that are more advanced that we are working on that this 6-year-old hasn't, he can't teach anything past what he's already done in his life. When you hear these shitty editors that honestly, they're not even getting clients, they're working so many hours and they're not making anything out of what they're doing. When you see them saying that, oh, it's too hard to get clients, oh, this person will never pay this much, there's not enough high-paying clients out there. When someone says that, genuinely ask yourself, has this person achieved what I want to achieve for me to listen to him? Because I promise you, you are never going to see a top 1% editor telling you that there's not enough high-paying clients out there, telling you that editing is a dead-end job, telling you that you need to use After Effects in order for you to do well. The reason being, they've done it already. They know what's possible. I have this friend that started posting on Instagram. His name's Issa, and he does almost like these motivational type raw unedited videos of him with a mic in front of a camera. And of course, he's still new to all of this. He was just like me when I first started recording, where you're not awkward, but you're not exactly the most camera present either. And he's posted about 3 or 4 posts so far, and I remember one day I heard someone talking about him. His name came up in conversation and they said that what he's doing was a little cringe, saying that like, does he not feel any embarrassment when he posts? And even when they wouldn't say like rude comments straight to him, it'd be like these sly things that they'd say behind his back. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some saint, I'm some amazing guy. If this was me 2 years ago, I probably would have taken the piss out of him as well. I know that paints me as like not a good person, but honestly, it's the truth. But thank God for the fact that this all happened so recently. This was after I had already built my own business. Everything you're seeing here, the editing stuff, is like all of this. It taught me that it takes balls to actually do what we're doing here. So while I usually wouldn't have said anything, I would have laughed as well, I told these guys like, nah, like I'm actually proud of what he's doing. It took me 3 entire years for me to even start showing my face because I was insecure as shit. I would be scared that, oh, I can't talk this way, or I'm like brown, so like nobody's gonna want to listen to me. I've got like the spot on my forehead from when I like scratched off a chicken pox. I was so insecure about all these things, and it took me 3 years to start posting, and you see the success that we have now. You can scroll down on my Twitter, you can see every post I've done over the last 3 years, the thousands of dollars that we're making, the impact that we have on thousands of guys around the world. It all happened because I was willing for a few people to take the piss out of me and for me to be shit just for a few months. My first ever video that I actually got paid for, it was in February 2021. It was for $5, and even that $5 I got scammed for half of it, bro. We did pay half first and then half after, and he never even paid me the second half. Fast forward 2 years from then, and I'm making over $1,000 per edit. And for some of you that might seem insane. You might think that no one's ever gonna pay that. I bet Malice is lying. I bet Sayeef, just random brown boy, is chatting shit for you to a camera. But the guys that have actually followed my journey, the guys that have actually checked my social media, that have checked my portfolio, you know I'm not lying. It's just that most people don't get here because they quit before they see the real results. They let other people's opinions infiltrate them and ruin them before they're actually able to make anything out of what they've started. You've already started editing. You've got the frameworks in place. You've got like the ground set. All you have to do now is take the right steps to get to where you want to go. To the goals that you have. Maybe it's to make like 2-3k. Maybe you've got like small goals and like you're trying to make just a bit a month. Maybe you're more ambitious. You want to make 5, 6, 7, 8k. Maybe you want to make 10, 11, 12. I've helped editors get to that point, and every single editor that I've coached to get past that 10, 11k mark, all of them started by saying that, oh, this person is doing it, this person is doing it, but I couldn't for XYZ reasons. And as soon as they listen to me, as soon as I break their limiting beliefs, as soon as I spend just a few hours talking to them, they genuinely 5 to 10x their income. Of course, they've done the work themselves as well. It's not me taking all credit for it, but they send me messages saying that they wouldn't have been able to do it without the coaching that I gave to them. If you actually spend even like 6 to 12 months actually taking what you're doing seriously, and you might be thinking like, oh no, that means I actually have to wait, I actually have to do stuff in that time. Like, I thought I could do this all in 2 weeks. Like, nah, you're not going to be able to do this in 2 weeks. If anything, if this was a business worth pursuing, it is going to take a little bit longer than everyone else thinks it does. Like we said, if you want to achieve more than 99% of people your age, if you want to do what 99% of editors fail at, you're gonna have to do what 99% of editors are unwilling to do. I pretty much worked every single day for the last 3 years, not a single break. The longest break that I've taken was a few days when I wasn't even able to go on my laptop at home. And I have some people in my life saying that, oh, that's such a sad, miserable life. Oh, why do you work for so long? But bro, this is genuinely the most fun that I've ever had. I wake up every day thinking, I can't wait to record this video. I used to wake up at like 2-3 p.m. Of course, I'm not like one of those like, okay, wake up at 3-4 a.m, become like a Sigma grind set type shit. But I wake up at 7 a.m. before the sun's even risen, and I record straight away because this is genuinely something I love to do. After this, I'm going to have a tiny meal, so I work while fasting, and I'm gonna start editing for a few hours. Then after that, I'm gonna go to the gym, and it's like my whole day is structured in a way that I love doing what I do. The people that say, oh, it's such a sad life to work for this many hours, that they could never do the same. Those people saying that are the exact same people that look at the success you have and ask, how can you help them to do the same? Like, I was doing this shit for free when I was 14 years old, and to think now I've built a business around it, it's a beautiful thing. Not only have I increased like as an editor and I've started making more money as well, that's literally just the start of what we're doing here. Because I'm not sure if you thought about this yet, but you, at your young age, you're thinking about how to make thousands and thousands of dollars. You are making business transactions with other businesses and other people. You're learning a skill that you're going to monetize. You're learning the marketing behind it. You're learning the mental frameworks and the mindsets you need. What you're learning here is bigger than editing, bro. This is called entrepreneurship. You're an entrepreneur, and through entrepreneurship there's so much growth that you'll find in yourself. Even if I pulled up a picture from me 2 years ago, you can like physically see the difference between where I was then and where I am now. And of course there's like, oh, he hit puberty or some shit. Okay, I hit puberty late as fuck, innit? But maybe it is that. But there's also the self-respect that you get from yourself when you know that you're building something that nobody has forced you to do. When you know that you have the self-discipline to wake up every day and work on this thing that most people, they're too lazy to even try, to even start. When you're able to walk around with your chest puffed out and with a smile on your face, knowing that what you're doing is good for the world. When you're making money not just for the sake of ego or your like hedonistic needs, for you to go shopping every day, but for you to actually buy things that are fulfilling. For you to buy your friends a coffee when you're going out. For you to give charity, and when you see a homeless person on the street, maybe you don't give them money directly, but you buy them like a meal and then you give it to them. When you buy your parents a gift, not because it's their birthday or it's like New Year's or Christmas, but just because you felt like it. Can you imagine the smile on your mom's face when it's not her birthday, it's just a normal Wednesday afternoon and you buy her something? It doesn't have to be huge. It could be a perfume, it could be even like a card. You buy her like a drink, because it's moments like these that you realize what you're doing here. Not only do you bring yourself to financial freedom, but you're able to spark happiness in the people around you, the people that you love, the people that we will forever be in debt to. Like, this just reminded me of an editor in our private Discord. This isn't like me selling it, basically. It's like the ultimate pack, and then there's a Discord associated with that. And we have this one channel where everyone shares their wins. And there's this one editor, his name's Vader. And out of nowhere, he just wrote in the wins channel that he bought his mum a MacBook. And I've seen his growth. He's shared his wins before. He started on like some low paying videos, and then he started working up, and now he's doing videos for like these huge channels for $1,000, $1,500. He was able to buy his mum a gift. Not only does she benefit because, oh, she gets to use it, she feels happy, but he feels happy as well. It's social connection, it's kindness, it's giving gifts. That doesn't mean you have to give huge gifts. When you actually work hard and when you take editing to the next level, you build that financial base to be able to give your gifts. Not only do the people around you, the people that you love for, not only do they benefit and they're happy because you've shown your love to them, but you're happier as well because, like we said, giving gifts, being able to share what you have. As humans, that's one of our primal, fundamental sources of happiness. It's so fulfilling to know that I've gotten to that point myself, and now we're helping hundreds, if not thousands, of other editors like you go through the exact same thing. I've had people message me on Discord, on Twitter, in the comments, but what we're doing here is genuinely life-changing money for them. Even small wins like, oh, I bought my parents this, oh, I started making a little extra money this week, all the way to editors that I coach saying that they've retired their parents, that they took editing and they actually made so much money that they're able to give their parents a certain amount and they no longer need to work. Imagine you were able to do that for the people that you care about. It's shit like this that makes the work that I do so meaningful and impactful. The fact that I'm able to share my gift in this sense of I'm able to share this message and help you get to that point. So if that's something you resonate with, if that's something you want to be a part of, you can join us by scrolling down right now, clicking the red subscribe button, and then clicking this video right here. I think it's something you'll enjoy. Peace.